Well, Marco finally got beautiful day in northern Colorado. Out here with the boys, we are finally getting a whole day of riding in. We are currently on 44H, correct?
Yes, we're just past Pinnock Pass.
Pinnock Pass. And we are headed north-north. We're gonna be on the cusp of the Wyoming state line, right? We're
Yes.
gonna hop into it for a little bit.
Yep, we're gonna eventually end up in Walden, but we're gonna go, we're gonna be in Rustic, go from Rustic to the Poudre Canyon, and then just kind of zigzag, go down to Walden, and then try and stay on the dirt.
God willing, we have some time, maybe hit some gold tracks, you know? Some cool...
Absolutely. Some gold
Great,
tracks,
it'll
yeah.
be great. So we're pretty much riding the Rockies, northern Colorado Rockies, and it's fantastic out today. We have Reed on a Scrambler. You may remember him from a previous video. We were comparing his bike to the CFMoto. We're not really comparing, he's getting his initial thoughts on the CFMoto. I'm sure you guys recognize Eli. He's been in a couple of videos.
I want to ride the Scrambler. I'm curious.
Marco, unfortunately, only has a CRF 450 and a beautiful VFR 800. And he wanted to go on this long ride with us because we're going to do like 300 some miles plus today. So he's going to be on my CFMoto 450. I'm on the good old T7. Let's get rolling. I am loving this freaking Liet 8.5 Adventure helmet. It is killer. I'll show you guys all the features in a future video. But I'm telling you, I never had a helmet this nice. I just never want to spend the money. I don't think I ever spent more than like $150 on a helmet, but now that I have something like this, I'm never going back to a cheap helmet. My favorite feature is the visor. It has this, what is it, like the automatic adjusting tint to it, where you're out in the sunshine, it will just turn dark, and then it gets a little darker out, it will lighten up again. It's like that transition visor, whatever you call it, transition lens. Killer, killer, killer. So we can catch up to the boys. It's gonna be a great ride. Plenty of mountain twisties, on-road, off-road. We'll see how Marco likes that CFMoto 450MT. Brand new Motos rallies on the rear of this bike, and it is phenomenal. I would say one of my favorite, if not my favorite, ATV tire. We are hopping back onto the highway, headed west towards Walden. Regret not putting the baffle back into the T7. I did shove the baffle in the cheapo exhaust on the CFMoto. On the longer rides, it's a little too much. For those of you who've been on the channel a while, I'm sure there's a lot that watch the channel due to some of the previous videos with the T7. Eli and I are swapping bikes. I want him to try out the Rally's rear, see what he thinks of it. He has a Tusk 2-track on the back of his T7. Marco seems to be enjoying the 450MT. Here we go. What if he has the one finger? Yeah, he does the one finger clutch actuator from Camel ATV. His bike is a 24, I believe. My bike is a 23. So this is the year the US switched to the TFT display. And of course this year, the 2025, they did a little bit of a redesign on the Tenere. And I may have the opportunity to test one out here in the near future. So we'll do a side-by-side of my 23 and the 25 in an upcoming video. Eli's been using the Carpy ride that I gave him. He said he likes it. He likes the screen. He doesn't like how it's wobbling up here. So I'm going to try to figure out how to mount it better, even mount it down here on the handlebar mount.
I like it. It's That's unreal. I'm sold on that. Unreal. This Tusk, it makes this feel like shit.
So every time you
I think the traction thing's doing it. Is that traction shit?
yeah, but every time you shut it off. So turn it on in neutral, whatever. Every time you turn the key off, it'll reset it. So you've got to hold this. Now you can lock up the rear because the ABS is off all the way. All right, here we go. We gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Well, we had to backtrack back into Rustic onto the highway. The route that we originally planned is still closed, most likely due to snow. The off-road route. We're so limited right now on connecting roads from eastern to western or western to eastern slopes. There's Marco. Check out this old sign. Rustic Resort. Pretty cool. Eli is filled up. Guy's always worried about running out of gas. We only have about another 60 miles to get into Walden from here. Beautiful mountain ride. We're gonna hit some passes on the way. And of course, Marco loses his gloves. Quick little pit stop for a photo op. And I almost dropped the bike. Jeez! Hopping on the Scrambler for a little bit. Car coming? Let's see it, let's go. Wow, look at that view. Walden, established 1889, elevation 8,000 feet. We have made it. Ghost town bar. They have a food menu. Just swing by here. We have made it to Walden. Marco finally had a chance to get a good amount of miles on the CFMoto 450. I just wanted to ask him his initial thoughts on the bike. Now, he's a Honda guy. He has a VFR 800, 2001, I believe, and a CRF 450, 2004? Something like that, dirt bike?
450.
Yeah. And so, just first thoughts, riding the bike all day.
Really good. I mean, it's comfortable, low center of gravity, great clutch, shifts smooth, handles good, does everything good.
And even off-road, how'd you feel off-road? Decent off-road?
Yeah, it was really good.
We're going to realize his traction control was still on, the ABS or the whole off-road. The off-road mode was not engaged, meaning no traction control, ABS off. It goes off fully in the rear, but it still stays on the front. So he was thinking he was doing something wrong when he was going up the switchbacks on the dirt because the bike was cutting power. But that's just simply, lowering power to the back wheel so you don't spin out. But once we changed that, it felt fine, right? Off-road.
Yeah, great.
You were mentioning, though, over at Pennock Pass, a little bit of lack of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta contemplate passing somebody.
Exactly. Yeah, you really can't hang behind somebody and say, I'm going to pass them. You got to kind of go into it knowing you're passing and keep your momentum going.
Yeah.
Now, Pennock Pass does get up to about 10,500 feet, so we were quite high up there in elevation. Yeah. But for, 40-some ponies, what'd you think? Did okay?
Yeah.
Did okay? Yeah.
450, The only thing I would change in this thing is get a few more ponies out of the engine.
A few more ponies? Right. Now they are releasing, well, hopefully they release this because who knows what's going to happen with the tariffs and everything, but there will be an 800X model coming out in the near future, which is going to be, I believe, a KTM 790 engine. I may be wrong on that, but very similar power plant, if not the same. And that's going to be hopefully my next bike.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, if they just took this engine out and put 800 in it,
gotcha.
It'd be like the unicorn of motorcycles.
So you like the frame?
Oh yeah.
You like the frame and the suspension, but
everything's
you
wonderful.
want more ponies.
Except underpowered.
Okay. Well, our food's almost ready. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're gonna get going home after this. We'll catch you in the next one.
Italian stallion?
We'll call him the grease ball. He's
Grease ball? Right, all right.